So for this practice today, Friday morning sit, just bringing a sense of grounding for the next 15 minutes. So a short practice to finish our week off and just gather up our experiences from this week. So let's just take the time to just settle in, whether you're sitting or lying down, maybe standing. Whatever you choose is absolutely fine. And we'll just begin this practice this morning by pausing. Bringing a sense of stillness to the body. Taking some time to tune in to that stillness. What's really interesting is that all of us have been doing something different this morning, and it's still quite early. So our experiences have been very different already today. And if we just reflect on that for a moment, it's true that our experiences throughout the week leading up to today would be very different. But the thing that brings us together is this community, this opportunity to just be in stillness. So I'd like to just invite you to take a moment to tune into your body. And maybe after living and sensing through this week, I'll just drop a question into the practice. And that is, how is my body feeling today? How is my body feeling today? After a week's worth of activity leading up to the weekend, how is my body feeling today? Now just notice if you're maybe rushing to find the answer, or maybe you feel like you're looking for an answer. Just see if you're okay to just allow that question to ripple, maybe from the center of your body. If you're feeling heady in some way, maybe that question is caught up in your mind. See if you're able to draw that question down into the center of your body. And maybe instead of asking the question from the head, it might be that you can sense into your physical experience. Maybe ask the question of the body. How is my body feeling today? Just see if you're able to let the answers unfold. And it might be that there is no answer. It might be that maybe something comes up for you immediately, or it takes a little bit more time. But remembering that there's no right and there's no wrong. There's no good or bad. If the mind is wandering in these silences, just know that I'm still here, even though this practice is, we're doing this remotely and, we're all in our own homes. Just know that I'm still here guiding the practice, supporting you as we connect and support one another. Gently now, just taking a moment to allow that question to just drift away slightly. So whatever's come up for you is kind of still there, but we're just going to let that go. No need to grip onto or hold on to the responses that you might have noticed. Just gently allowing that to just fade into the background. As we just take a few moments to drop in a second and final question for this practice. What does my body need today? What does my body need? So just taking some time to explore that. Sometimes when we listen to the body and connect to it in a physical way, we listen to it and look for the signs and the signals. What's it telling us? We can actually understand our needs better, more deeply. So what does my body need today? Maybe you notice some tiredness or aches or pain, tension in some way. Maybe you notice a sense of alertness, energy, vibrancy. Whatever, just treating that with a little bit of compassion, a little bit of love, because whatever is there is just okay for us. It's absolutely okay. But in response to what we're noticing, what does our body need today? What does it need? So again, just not forcing that question, maybe coming from the center of the body. If you're feeling heady, just see if you're able to gently draw that question down into the body and allow it to ripple out from the center. Not forcing or pushing an answer, just allowing it to be there. So again, just gently allowing anything that's come up for you to just move to the sides, maybe into the background. And we can just let that question go. Just let that go with a sense of care and a sense of kindness towards ourselves. And for the last few minutes of this practice, just taking attention now to our bodies once again, but specifically just drawing your attention down to any part of your body or parts that are making a connection with the surface, the ground, whatever it is that you're sitting or lying upon that's holding you up. So if you're sitting, it might be the feet connected to the floor, or standing, feet connected to the floor. If you're sitting, it might be somewhere in the legs, connected to the chair or the stool or the cushion. If you're lying down, just bringing attention to the body, the connection to the bed or the mat. But gently just moving the awareness to this sense of connection and grounding. A deeper sense of pausing. And knowing that you can connect with the body in any way that feels okay for you. There's no right or wrong. But just taking that moment to sense into the connection of your body right here and now in this physical sense, and how that connects with whatever is holding you up today and supporting you. Just staying here for another minute. If the mind is wandering at all, just try to bring it back to your point of connection. Wherever your attention is gently held. And now, given that space that we've just created for ourselves, after dropping those questions into the practice, just taking these last few moments as we come towards the end now, to just recognize how you're feeling once again. How the physical body feels to you. And maybe just considering how this practice can support you for the rest of your day. Taking that moment now just to consider that. Again, not forcing or pushing, and knowing there's no right or wrong. But how can this practice support you and your physical body? How can you take this with you for the rest of your day? Taking some time with that as we come towards the end of this practice. And very gently now transitioning from practice by either blinking the eyes open if they're closed. And depending on the position of your body, you can have maybe a bit of a stretch or a twist turn or a roll of the shoulders.